All right. Theme song. 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to Late Night Lately. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the Late Night Podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. Welcome back. Episode 28 of Late Night Lately. You know what? Truth be told, I thought I was going to have the episode the week off, but I did not. I also meant to edit. Let's see, comfortably, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 videos, and then so I'm doing Late Night Lately now, and then I have to record the Constitutionals, and then I also have an interview that I did that's already been released in audio form. I have to cut that one too. I have 11 videos to edit. There's not going to be any clips to put on TikTok and transfer to Instagram, so that's just what I have to deal with right now. Is it anything important? No, not really. But that's just me. And it's not my fault. I've been tied down this week with part-time work. Also, the sun is killing me. I'm so tired every time I come back. So there's that. All right, here we are, 28 this week in Late Night. So again, I thought I was going to have this week off because Late Night with Seth Meyers is off for 2 weeks. So I assumed, foolishly, that everybody was going to be off. No. That is not the case. Everybody else was on. But next week, I can probably say, hey, everybody took the week of Memorial Day off. All right, let's get on top. This weekend, Late Night, there's not that many clips I pulled. I didn't even have a chance to edit videos, so I barely had a chance to watch Late Night. But I did see who was on what almost every night, and it wasn't something I was always looking for. But the clips I pulled, first of all, let's go through the week. After Midnight is in its groove. I don't know what it's going to take for people to start watching their videos. You know what? And it kind of makes me want to go to their TikTok because I don't know if because people aren't watching the whatchamacallits, the YouTube clips. So let's check out the TikTok. I get like every other TikTok account. There's some of them, one of them has almost 1 million views, which is insane. Then other ones have tens of thousands. Some of them just have 1,000 or so. 4,000. I wonder if it is too late for a show like After Midnight, because At Midnight hit at a crucial point in the cultural zeitgeist with Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all just kind of in one route. It makes me wonder. Anyway, After Midnight had people like Penn Jillette and Asif Mondivian and Andy Richter, Tom Lennon, Marcella Arguello. Just a great slew of people. They keep getting Nat Faxon and Jim Rash. They keep getting people who I like, and then some people who I go on to like. They'll get like drag queens and everything. They'll get stand-ups and improv people. I wonder what their process is, and I'm wondering when we'll also get other people from, because I know obviously there's a new crop of comedians. There's a new crop of people in the industry who are funny leaning. I'm not going to say they're comedians. Again, a drag queen can be a comedian, but if this person is a drag queen first and foremost, then they're also funny. That also works in their favor. So I wonder if and when they're going to get people from At Midnight who also are in the comedy community and have been for a longer period or the same amount of time compared to other people here. Also, Penn Jillette. My God, he's just like it's just the gray hair is it's so strange not to see him with a ponytail in the back of his head. Oh wow, they have oh God, Stephanie Courtney. Oof, I almost forgot her name. It's Stephanie Courtney. She's great. She's Flo from Progressive. As for Kimmel, this was very strange. Slash sat in with the band all week long. I wish I could tell you why. I don't know why. Maybe you don't need a reason why. Also, it only looks like they put up 4 clips from the shows this week. 1, 2, 3. 3 of the... so the show aired 4 days this week. It is Friday. They put up 3 of the monologues. Interesting. Kimmel had people like Kevin Costner and Jennifer Lopez on, who are just... People love Kevin Costner and Jennifer Lopez. And obviously their videos will get 500,000 views almost instantly. It's interesting. I'm not into celebrity gossip or anything, but there's like headlines that Jennifer and Ben Affleck are having trouble in their newfound love together. And I watched the entire Jennifer Lopez interview going like thinking like I wonder if they're going to talk about talk about Ben, period. Like say, oh, how's Ben doing? Nope. Not a word on anybody but her 2 children, I think, 2 or 3 children. And Kevin Costner seemed out of sorts. I don't want to speak out of turn, but he seemed out of sorts during his interview with Jimmy Kimmel. And he talked about Horizon and American Saga, part 1 and part 2, and they're shooting part 3 right now. And he's looking to finance part 3 and part 4 of those movies because he spent his own money. It's a fascinating story. He's been wanting to make these movies for 30 plus years, and he named his son after the main character, and that of a movie that was not made when the child was born, and here we are. The kid is in the movie, has a part and everything, and I'm just a kid. He's an adult man, but now, but I want to see. I'm excited for Horizon American Saga. I'll tell you that. I'm going to go and see it. I'm going to see part 2. It's got a diverse cast. It's a Western. Boom. I'm in. Let's do it. But he did seem out of sorts. I don't know if he... I'm not going to say anything. He just seemed out of sorts. You can go ahead and watch it. Billie Eilish appeared on Stephen Colbert this week on Late Show. And she was the only guest in the music purveyor. I wonder... The episode I watched for that, obviously her episode, it makes me think, I'm not entirely sure if Colbert's not the when he talks to people his age, it just seems like it's a great interview. For this one, it just seems, or maybe it's just Billie. I don't think Billie has because I don't think she's a great conversation. But you know what? Who cares? Anya Taylor-Joy popped up to promote Furiosa, a Mad Max story, a movie. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. 30 minutes ago, I may or may not have just gotten out of. I did just get out of the movie. And Chris Hemsworth came by. And that was the week for Late Night with Seth Meyers. And Fallon is fresh off of his 10-year celebration. Still playing games and everything, but it's interesting. He had a conversation with Jeremy Renner, who came by to talk about his near-death experience with the snowplow incident, and it's good to see Renner up and moving, up and out and about, and you know what? I know I spoke last week about how a lot of people don't like Fallon's interview style, but he and Fallon have a good light rapport. Michael McDonald and Paul Reiser were there to talk about Michael McDonald's memoir and everything. So, and then finally on the Daily Show, Jordan Klepper went to Russia. He did a story. He went to Russia. He did a story about Russia. It was fantastic. Another half hour with him. It's no wonder his show. His show, the Klepper something. His show didn't work out, and it stinks. but we're just not in the mindset for that anymore after the Colbert Report. But with these specials, he's able to still have that same voice and then also put it under the Daily Show banner. Desi did a bit about debate rules. Michael Costa hosted this week, and Jon Stewart obviously was the head guy. And John Legend was there, which is interesting. Anyway, and that was all the things that happened in late night this week. Now, let's move on to these two ideas. One singular idea that I had. The late night category for the Emmys, for the televised Television Academy Awards, is going to go through a little bit of a shakeup. Two shows are going to be vying for a position. Now, these are not nominations, but they're vying for nominated spots. John Mulaney's Everybody's in L.A. had to move to the Emmys Talk Series category to face off against other people that are similar like him. This comes from Clayton Davis at Variety. And then there's also, written by Clayton Davis, Hot Ones is looking to join in, the internet show Hot Ones. But let's start with Everybody's in L.A. John Mulaney presents Everybody's in L.A. If you watch the Netflix is a Joke, the festival happened 2 weeks ago, and they had some releases regarding Netflix is a Joke, including, actually I think the only thing was the David Letterman special about John Mulaney, and then John Mulaney presents Everybody's in L.A. I think those were the only two things. So anyway, those were the things that happened that you're able to watch on Netflix. But they had a festival in Los Angeles for a week straight where there were shows and everything, and stand-up shows and I guess improv shows and all that stuff. But John Mulaney presents Everybody's in LA is a talk show, but it was only a show that lasted 6 episodes, I believe. Friday, Saturday. Nope, they're off for Saturday and Sunday. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it lasted 5 episodes. It makes sense. Talk show, put up in the talk category. It's not a variety show. And also it would have to have gone up, whatever. Anyway, the streaming giant had planned to submit the show as a scripted variety category, where it would have gone against SNL and Last Week Tonight. However, Variety has learned exclusively that Netflix and the creative team felt the show was better suited for the talk series category, which means they probably wanted to get an easy Emmy. And now it's going to go against Kimmel, Colbert, Myers, and Fallon. It was 6 episodes. Was it Friday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Wow, interesting. Yeah, because they did take Saturday off. I know that much. Jon Stewart was among the guests, and I assume the Daily Show is going to go up in that same category as well. I have not read this article, so we're all going to have a good time. Last year, 19 series were entered for the talk category, which invited 5 nominees to the ceremony. Hot Ones is also joining the fray. The predictions that Clayton Davis wrote out for talk series and scripted variety include Hot Ones, Everybody's in LA, as well as the other. What is this article? What? Hold on. This second article that I've linked is literally putting out the same information. It's the same exact information. Oh, this is ridiculous. I should have read this before, and I'm going to chastise this Clayton guy. There were 12 submissions in 2023, bringing 3 shows to the lineup for the variety series. That includes Last Week Tonight, SNL, and Netflix's The Magic Prank Show with Justin Willman. Now, After Midnight, as well as Painting with John, also submitted. Wait, After Midnight, really? That's insane. Per nomination procedures, when categories have fewer than 7 entries, the submissions will be screened by the appropriate peer group for a nomination. Any entry that receives 9/10 approval will receive a nomination. Interesting. Last year, the approvals for the new guild contracts were 87% for DGA and 78% for SAG-AFTRA. So it's basically like however many people say up, and or down, down, down. Like a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. The rules further state if none of the nominations receive 90% approval, the nomination with the highest approval receives the Emmy. If all fail to meet the threshold, last year's winner, John Oliver, could receive an automatic statuette without any other nominees alongside him. The TV Academy has to figure this out. Yeah, that's insane. Can The Daily Show vie for a late night Emmy? This is literally a copy and paste job. This guy. So they created this, or they moved John Oliver over to the variety series for I think like 2 years ago because the late night thing was just so, or they moved the late night stuff over. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was just so hectic because Last Week Tonight would come in and demolish everybody every year. I think it's important to have, for one, John Mulaney said over and over and over and over again that they're only going to do 6 episodes and they were done with the show. There's no such thing as like a short form, not short form, because a short form late night series would be Hot Ones. I don't know if they'll allow Hot Ones to be on the ballot. Because when a show, I think it's because it's over 20 minutes. Because that's the reason why Seth Meyers is late night, the late show, late show, or late night. Yeah, late night with Seth Meyers. The late night online only show Corrections. That used to be Emmy nominated, or was Emmy nominated. Then they had to rein in the time because it used to go over 20 minutes, and they changed the rules. So it has to be under 20 minutes for it to be nominated as an online short form thing only. So to sum it up, Last Week Tonight, SNL, those are variety shows. Everybody's in LA was a talk show because you sit down and talk. I think Last Week Tonight was moved to variety because there's no talk element. It is just a guy spewing information at you and making you laugh. Versus the other shows, Kimmel, Colbert, Fallon, Myers, and even After Midnight. Or no, After Midnight's a variety. Yeah, because there's no information. Yeah, there's no talk element. Oh boy. And then for short form, because Hot Ones is longer, then it's going to try to vie for a statuette in the late night category. But again, there's no limited series. That's what I was talking about. Limited series, late night area, as opposed to in the limited drama series category or mini series or whatever. Then they would be able to vie for that. But there's a chat show. There's a lot of skirting of rules, and I think it's going to work in their favor. Everybody's in LA. It was very funny. It was very dysfunctional, and although you shouldn't let Mulaney know that because he said he's trying. This is me doing my best. It was very funny. But I think it worked, and it was something different, and it was something fun, and I looked forward to watching those episodes. Couldn't watch it live because it came on at 10 p.m. my time, but it was still a good, enjoyable time. And it felt like a once, and again, with him always reiterating, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and we're never going to do this again. It felt great. I do wonder if they, for that show, everybody's in LA, if they would bring it back, maybe do a different city. Everybody's in Chicago. Everybody's in Portland. Everybody's in New York. Atlanta, I guess. And then stop it there. Don't do any other ones. Go to the middle of the country. But this year's Emmy race could look significantly different. We could see just Colbert, Kimmel, I hate to say it, Fallon, and Mulaney, and then Myers. Yeah, hold on. I think 3 and 4. Yeah, I think I'm right. Yeah, because they have to have at least 4 to 5. And the variety could be it could always, SNL is going to be a shoe-in no matter what for the Emmys in its 50th year. I don't know how it would look this year, but I definitely could see them winning everything because it's 50. Not this upcoming Emmys, but the next Emmys. Anyway, we'll see. All right, I'm done. Listen, if you like what you heard here, head to the website, cpluscomedy.com, where I promise I will upload a crap ton of videos, baby. You can, if you want to see those videos, go to youtube.com/cpluscomedy, where you can watch video versions of this podcast as well as video versions of the other podcasts. The Constitutionals, which is the entertainment business news podcast, and LinkedIn Logs, which is the jobs/business podcast. I love business, baby. You can follow us. And also on that, I talk to your favorite people in the entertainment industry. You can also follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. X, I guess. At C Plus Comedy. Follow me on those platforms. At Chad Black White. Tell your friends. Thank you for listening. And goodbye.